In this week's clip, we're going to be looking at comparing fractions. Order these fractions from the smallest to the largest. Now this question is quite straightforward because, as you can see, all the denominators are out of the same thing. Because the fractions are all out of 6, it's going to be quite easy to compare each fraction. So the smallest fraction is 2 out of 6. The next one is going to be 3 out of 6. The next one is going to be 4 out of 6. And the biggest fraction is 5 out of 6. Again, this was quite simple because all the denominators were the same. Which is the biggest fraction, 3/4 or 5/8? Now at the moment we cannot compare the fractions because they're both out of different things. This fraction is out of 4 and this fraction is out of 8. So in order to make a comparison, we need to get the fractions both over to the same denominator using equivalent fractions. So we need to ask ourselves, what can we get 4 and 8 both over to? Now if you're unsure what you can get both the fractions both over to, you can list on the side your 4 times table and your 8 times table and see what's common in both. So our 4 times table, we've got 4, 8, 12, 16 and so on. The 8 times table, we've got 8, 16, 24 and so on. We're looking for a number which is common to the 4 times table and the 8 times table. So we've got 8 which is common to both. We have also got 16 which is common to both, but 8 is an easier number than 16, so I'm going to get both the denominators over to 8, not 16. So we're going to get both denominators over to 8 using equivalent fractions. Okay, now this fraction, the denominator was already out of 8, so I don't need to do anything to the top. So I'm going to leave the numerator as 5. Now this fraction, we need to ask ourselves, what did we do to 4 to make it 8? So what did we times 4 by to make it 8? Well, we've multiplied it by 2, because 4 times 2 is 8. So we also need to multiply the numerator by 2 as well. So we've got 3 times 2, which is 6. Now you've got both of the fractions out of 8, you can compare them and you can see that 6 out of 8, which is the same as 3/4, is the biggest fraction. So 3/4 is bigger than 5/8.